Mr. Chairman, Trey Gowdy, good to see you. And by the way, before we start, I got to tell you, your hair looks beautiful tonight. Nicely done. Always well groomed.
Hey, one of the best decisions I ever made, Duffy, was getting an office right beside yours when we were freshmen. I miss you terribly, and congratulations to both of you on your show. I've been able to watch it a couple of different nights this week. So congratulations to y'all, and Duffy, I miss you terribly.
And I miss you as well. You sent us a nice text on night one, so thank you for that. And now we're ending week one, and thank you for joining us. Finally, I'm like, is Trey going to come on? We appreciate it. But let's get your take on this DNI, saying the Congress doesn't have the ability to access the information that Joe Biden and Donald Trump had in their residence. I thought the Congress, Trey, had the ability to oversee federal agencies, number one. And number two, if there's a problem, don't they have the charge to actually draft legislation to fix the problem?
Yeah, you're right, Sean. This is what they're going to get. They're going to get, there's a pending investigation, actually two special counsels have been appointed. It's an ongoing investigation. You're a former prosecutor, Sean, so you know what DOJ is going to say. We can't show it to you because it's part of an ongoing investigation. Then they're going to say, okay, we won't show it to everybody. We'll show it to what's called the Gang of Eight, which is 4 members of the House and 4 members of the Senate. This is why it's important. If you see the documents, then you know the motive. If you see a document and you see that, you know, someone took classified information as a memento, as something to remember their term in service, then that tells you one thing. If you see that they took it hypothetically to write a book or for some nefarious reason, I'm not alleging that, but if you see the document, then you know the motive. And if you know the motive, you can discern the intent. So it's really important that they get to see it, but you know they're not going to let them.
Trey, on that note, you know, Senator Mike Lee had a long Twitter thread about this very thing, about the Director of National Intelligence, Avril Haines, and the Republican and Democrat senators on the Intelligence Committee led by Senator Mark Warner, just raging, my word, about them withholding the details about these mishandled classified documents. And Senator Mike Lee said that apparently you have non-government private lawyers representing Biden, the President of the United States, given full access to these documents, but they don't have security clearances. Even if they did, there's no way they have higher levels of clearance than the Senate Intelligence Committee.
You know when the executive branch will start taking the legislative branch seriously? When the legislative branch does what Marco and Mark Warner are doing right now, which is bipartisan. We are sticking up for our branch of government. So it's really important what they're doing on Senate Intel. I don't know if House Intel is going to do that or not. But when both parties say, look, this is a branch issue, this is not an R versus D, we have the right to know. Sean, to your point, we fund these agencies. We have the right to provide oversight. But Dagan, they're not going to show you the documents unless you absolutely force them to, probably by threatening to cut funding.
And I think you're right, Trey. But also, back to your first point you're making, there's an ongoing investigation, so they're not going to jeopardize the investigation and share these documents with Congress. But as you mentioned, the Gang of Eight or the Intel committees, they get all kinds of classified information, and unless they're Adam Schiff, they don't share it with anybody. So they can be trusted to know what's in these documents, even though there's a pending potential criminal case, right?
Yeah, the Gang of Eight gets briefed on things that, Sean, you and I never got briefed on. I was on House Intel, and I still didn't get briefed on it. But they're gonna offer that as an accommodation when they think they're about to be in trouble. Well, okay, we'll do Gang of Eight, and then that'll buy them some time, and then we'll do the full Intel committee. But I don't think the whole Congress is ever going to see these documents until the New York Times or Washington Post prints them because of a leak.
They haven't even done apparently a preliminary risk assessment of the documents related to national security. That was something that Andy McCarthy brought up with us earlier in the week. And that was the whole reason that the Justice Department gave for raiding Mar-a-Lago, is that because of national security. And they haven't done a risk assessment, at least on the Biden documents.
Yeah, that damage assessment, I was talking to our former colleague, John Ratcliffe, about that. I mean, that should be ongoing right now. It should be priority number one. But then you have to share it with the committees of jurisdiction, which is the House and Senate Intel, which tells me there must be something in some of those documents that they really don't want out.
No doubt about that. Trey, let's switch gears on you because I'm sure you've seen this, that Congressman Adam Schiff has been kicked off the Intel Committee and is taking to TikTok to explain about it. Listen to this.
Hello, I'm Congressman Adam Schiff with some troubling news. Today, Kevin McCarthy removed me from the House Intelligence Committee, all for doing my job, for holding Trump accountable and standing up to the extreme MAGA Republicans.
Trey, are you troubled that poor Adam Schiff got kicked off the Intel Committee?
He has no one to blame but himself, Sean. I mean, think about all the things you would never have known if you had listened to Adam Schiff. He wanted to keep you from finding out about the dossier, who funded the dossier. He wanted to keep Hillary Clinton's secret server a secret. And then the things he did make public, he got wrong. Allegations of collusion with Russia. Remember the fake opening statement he gave in a committee hearing. He said he misled you about the whistleblower. He said the laptop was Russian disinformation. So speaking of Gang of Eight, he would be in the Gang of Eight. So Kevin McCarthy is saying, you know what, you're not going to have access to that information because you've been a bad steward of it. They should have remembered this when they kept Jimmy Jordan and Jim Banks off of another select committee. They should have known this was coming. Here's the real problem, Sean. The media doesn't like it because Adam is such a reliable source of information for them. It's not just Schiff that got kicked off the Intel Committee. It's the New York Times, Politico, and the Washington Post that got kicked off, too.
Well, poor Schiff over here was using TikTok to whinge and bitch about.
Guys our age should not be on TikTok. Yeah, that's my advice.
But
Guys our
like
age
that,
should not be on
Gowdy,
TikTok.
hair like that, you should be on TikTok. You belong there. It looks
No,
great
not
on you.
TikTok. It's Chinese spyware. By the way, Trey, I heard you say you watched the show a couple of times. We've been on 4 days this week. This is the 5th, so you need to up your game there.
I was on airplanes and they would not let me access the cockpit to watch it. That's the only reason.
He's very quick on his feet. He was a litigator. Trey Gowdy, good luck with the book. One of the smartest guys I knew in Congress, if not the smartest guy in Congress. Yes, he was a litigator.
That's litigator hair. That's
litigator hair.
Litigator.
Now I know what it looks like. Trey Gowdy, thank you.
Congratulations, y'all. Y'all take care.
Thank you. You too. All right.